My parents' old house and stuff I found buried in the backyard. Not sure if the following story falls 100% as scary, but certainly interesting, creepy, and odd. The house that my parents owned when I was born was built during the war years. I had always heard that a lot of these types of homes were built to house war workers and their families, which is also how the other side of my family came to live nearby, due to my grandparents working in war production. My parents bought the house in the early 1960s and were the second owners. The original owners, who bought the house brand new in the 1940s, were a childless couple, and my parents said they would sometimes come over way before I was born to visit their old house. The house was small. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house on lot big enough to expand, so back in the 1970s, my parents expanded the house to add on a family room, dining room, and closet space. The add-on was very obvious because the main part of the original house was raised foundation, and the add-on was on concrete pad. There was a step down to go to the add-on. This add-on was built before I was born, too, or I may have been just born and a baby. My parents only had said the 70s was when the add-on was built. The add-on was always a subject of family lore, so the versions I heard was that the guys my dad hired to lay the foundation had dug up some weird items as they were about to pour the concrete. My dad had them add a patio off the add-on too, so they had pretty much our entire backyard dug up, leveled, and ready to pour foundation and patio space. Like I said, I wasn't there when all this was happening, or maybe a baby. However, there was always talk about the stuff that was dug up during the construction, like items including wood, bits of strange metal, pottery, even jewelry. Fast forward to when I was in elementary school and a kid. As any boy, I would like to dig in the backyard and play. This always made my mom extremely upset. I could pretty much do anything else back there but dig. Well, one time I was playing with my Hot Wheels and I wanted to make dirt track for them, so I went to the side of my house where my mom couldn't see, and I started digging in the dirt. I found small pottery items and what looked like glass beads, and a side of board that was super old. My older brother had found me and told on me with my mom. She got so angry that she told me to throw it away, cover up the dirt, and never dig there again. It wasn't until the year that we moved away from that house that I was a bit older and started to really pay attention on what could have been out there. For context, there was always a spookiness to our add-on, like when I was a kid, or my siblings. No one wanted to stay down there alone. Even one time we had a cousin who was about a year older than me sleep over, and my mom had one of those sofa beds from the 1980s that was huge, and so she put him to sleep there. He ended up not making it through the night and put a blanket in our room and slept on the floor. He said he heard strange noises. We all heard that, saw weird shadows, and would hear scratching at the windows sometimes. Also, I never played in the backyard at night. I never liked to be out there after dark. So, the year we moved away from that house, I overheard my mom and dad finally start to tell that there may have been an unmarked grave or graves on that land that were never discovered when the tract of homes were built. Apparently, back in the 1800s, large plots of land in the area were owned by dairy farmers. Before the war, the land was just open space as the farmers eventually moved out of the area. Even before that, the area had a different name and was only changed as cities were formed in the 1910s and 1920s. So the home I was born into and lived until I was in middle school may have had unmarked graves there.